Alright, shalom, shalom. It's your brother AHBAD from GMS YAHAWAH, GMS in Petersburg, Florida. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Kakadash. Double honor to my elder apostles, great millstone, who rule well. Sing honor, salutation to all your sensitive brothers who constantly push the word, truth, and sincerity in the four corners of the earth. Also, peace and blessings be to all the sincere men, women, and children who also consist of the body of YAHAWASHI, who are members of the 1/3 as well. And also, peace and blessings be to all the confusion of faces out there, sincere confusion of faces out there in the four corners of the earth. And that's been on my the tip of my tongue lately, because lo and behold, as you can see on the screen, you have a brother here from the northern kingdom. All right, in other words, he'll be an Asherite, because the brother told me that he Colombian, so to say, all right, through the spirit, because I was on the comment board with him. But nonetheless, though, I know this brother is an Israelite, just by the spirit, because even on the live feeds, the brother be breaking bread, heavy bread with us, through the spirit. When I saw this video, I felt like I need to make a response to it, because Yah era, because the brother said in the whole video, he talking about the mark of the beast and prophecies and everything, but then here come Jake, that adulterous generation looking for a sign, Matthew 16:14. He got a question for the brother, and he said, do you have Negro descent in you? And then the brother went into the word Negro and basically how it means, death and things of that nature. The brother, the northern brother, so to say. When I say northern, because Israel was split into two kingdoms. You had the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. The southern kingdom was mainly consist of the so-called Negroes, who would be the Judahites, the so-called Jamaicans, who would be the Benjaminites, which is where Paul is from, and the Lord, he is from the tribe of Judah. And then you had the so-called Haitians, who was Levites, okay, who Moses would be a Levite. And then you had the northern kingdom, the 10 tribes, all right, which I'm gonna get into later on in the video, that came to the western hemisphere, known as America, known as North America, South America, and also Central America, and some islands over there in the Caribbean. Hence, through the spirit, you have southern and northern living on one island. And it's called the Dominican Republic in Haiti. They just split it down the middle. All right. But anyways, because on one part they speak Creole, the other part they may speak Spanish. But nonetheless, though, who did they learn Creole from? They learned Creole from the so-called white man from France, so to say. Broken down French. So what did the so-called Dominicans, who will be the Simeonites, learn Spanish from? The so-called white man, the Spaniards, who are Edomites in Spain. So regardless of how you look at it, man, we all like Hebrew Israelite, because we all fall under the curses, man. You have to understand that. Matter of fact, let me just go there right now through the spirit. Damn, judgment outside was a lot of sirens popping off. So right now, I'm just gonna prove through the spirit, man, that the so-called Negro and Latinos were actually oppressed together. Because our people have it twisted, man. It's not about the appearance, because that's why we say the confusion of faces as well. The sincere brothers who are confusing the faces as well, man. Let me go to this is Jeremiah. Bear with me real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, I believe, verse 33. And bear with me real quick. And it says, Jeremiah 50:33, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah. And I remember, the children of Israel be the Spanish-speaking tribes today. The Spanish-speaking tribes and the so-called Native American tribes. Okay, the Seminole Indians, the Apache, the Navajo, the Cherokee, all those, all right? And then the people who you know as the Incas and the Mayans and the Aztecs, those are the northern-speaking tribes, all right? And I'm going to pull out some information on that later on as well. So it says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Like I just said, you have this a tribe from the southern kingdom, the Levites, and the tribe of the northern kingdom, the the Simeonites. All right, and the Simeonites are Spanish-speaking tribe. Is a Spanish-speaking tribe known as Simeon, the Dominicans, and the Levites would be the so-called Haitians today, who will be a part of the southern tribe, all right? The southern kingdom, so to say, all right? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, they refused to let them go. And we're still here in the hands of the so-called white man today. because they control the whole Western Hemisphere, right? Where basically we are, and from Alaska, North, South, and Central America, the Caribbean, Trinidad, Tobago, all of that. They control all of this, right? That's why the scripture said the earth been given to the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24. So let me go to 2nd Ezra chapter 13. I'm going to apply a precept, verse 40. These are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land. All right. In the time of Hosea, the king, whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. Which is why when the so-called white man came into what they call the known world, you already had people inhabiting the whole Western Hemisphere, because they would be what? The 10 tribes. Listen to this though. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they will leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. But King Solomon has already sent men here, all right, to actually cultivate this land, but no one lived here, like stayed here. They would come here and get natural resources and bring it back to King Solomon. But the 10 tribes lived here after the period of King Solomon, all right. That they might there, this is 2nd Ezra 13:42, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. Now, a prime example of that would be, I'm gonna show you a picture right now. It's a brother, the brother Khazar from the Mississippi camp, the elder Khazar, I shall say, and him and another brother went down to Los Lunas, Mexico. Cause we think about Los Lunas, it's a city in New Mexico, and this is where you'll find this stone called the Decalogue. And basically it has some of the 10 commandments on it, and I believe a precept an excerpt out of Deuteronomy chapter 27. It is written in Paleo Hebrew, and it's been here over 2,000 years prior to who you call Christopher Columbus coming to this land, which he never really did come to. Christopher Columbus only went to Hispaniola, which is what you call Haiti and Dominican Republic, all right, down in the islands. He never set foot here on this land we know as America today, because Amerigo Vespucci touched down this land, because that's where the word America come from. Amerigo Vespucci, Amadigo, which means what's the bitter? Because this is a bitter land because of the curses that we are under, and we're still held captive here. But nonetheless, though, going back into the story. When it said, verse 43, and they enter into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river, for the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. Now, when you think about the roughest seas in the world, it's at the bottom of Africa, the tip of Africa, known as the Drake Passage. The Lord know the flood. He stopped those waters from basically drowning that ship, because it was prophecy that was supposed to be fulfilled. All right. Verse 45, for through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. So think about it. You can fly from one point of America to another part of the earth in less than a day. But it took them a year and a half to go somewhere in a boat on water. Why? Because they went halfway across the world. And the same region is called Ashereth. Okay, in other words, I believe it's a Ratazah, if I'm not mistaken. So going back into this, now I want to put some information out of a secular history, okay? This is from a book called Zechariah Sitchin, all right? I'm showing you the title, I'm showing you the cover and everything in the post-production, all right? Now, I want you to listen to these excerpts out of this book. This is page 132. As in Mexico, after various other ancient peoples have been considered, the Israelites of the 10 lost tribes seem the most plausible explanation, not only for the similarity of native legends to biblical tales, but also to such customs among the Peruvian Indians. So it said as in Mexico all the way down to Peru. Now, in order for you to get to Peru through Mexico, I mean, other than you taking a boat, you know, if you was to go through Central America, guess what? You will be passing where? Colombia. And this brother on this video, the brother dyed garments of BOZRAH, he's from Colombia, so to say. So it'll make him an Asherite, one of the 10 tribes. So the people down from New Mexico through Central America all the way down to South America, they had similar traditions, man. And like I just showed you, the Decalogue, which the brother, the elder Khazar, him and the brother went down to Los Lunas, Mexico, and they took pictures and did a video on it before. And guess what? Did not he look like a so-called Negro? But he telling you that the Spanish-speaking tribes and also the Native American tribes are also our brothers too, man. Did not the scripture say that Judah and Ephraim was oppressed together? Come on, man. But also to such customs among the Peruvian Indians as the offering of the first fruits and expiation feast at the end of September that corresponded to the nature and time of the Jewish Day of Atonement. Wow. The Day of Atonement is also part of our culture. Remember that. Not just you Negroes, even the Spanish-speaking tribes and the Native Americans took the same customs too, man. They're the same people. Y'all tripping, man. And other biblical commandments such as the rite of circumcision. Go back to Abraham and the 12 tribes, abstaining from the blood of animal meat. Wow, Leviticus law, and the prohibition against the eating of fish without scales. So you can't eat anything. That's why we don't eat crabs. That's why we don't eat clams. We don't eat all the other BS, man. In the feast of first fruits, the Indians chanted the mystic words Yo Mishika, He Mishika, Va Mishika. And some of the Spanish savants discern in the word Mishika the Hebrew term Mashiach, the Messiah. Call lawyer like YAHAWASHI, man. That's why you gotta study to show yourself approved, man. You looking at this brother thinking like, oh man, you ain't no so-called Negro, so you ain't no Israelite. Man, you bugging, bro. You bugging hard. And that's how you know the spirit not with you. To be carnal minded is death, but to be spiritual is life everlasting, man. It's eternal. Alright, because you don't even know, man. You could be offending one of the little ones. And if you do that, it's better for you to cast a great millstone around your neck and toss yourself into the sea. And if you ask me, toss yourself into the Drake Sea. The Drake Passage. Alright. Now I'm going to page 34 in the same book. And it says, the question had already baffled the Spaniards themselves. Listen now, the Spaniards be the so-called white man, the Edomites, astounded to discover not just a civilization in the New World, and one so akin to Europe, but also the great number of people there. They were doubly puzzled by the biblical threads in the Aztec yarns. Wow. What would that be? I guess the border of blue, right? With the fringes? Y'all tripping, bro. Trying to find an explanation, the answer seemed to be a simple one. These were descendants of the 10 lost tribes of Israel who were exiled by the Assyrians in 722 BC and then vanished without a trace. The remaining kingdom of Judea was retained by the 2 tribes, Judah and Benjamin. Are you kidding me, man? Come on, man. So when you asking him, do he has Negro descent in him? If you want to say that, of course he does. Because Jacob was a dark-skinned man. But you have to remember that the first Adam, the Adamite, so to say, was dark-skinned man. Because the Lord made the man from the dust of the ground. And the best dust you're going to use is a dark, deep, rich, cool soil. Alright? Come on, man. Y'all bugging, man. But anyway, I just want to, bring this out real quick. Just to go to show, man, that even some of the northern kingdom, and not some of them, that all the northern kingdom, Spanish-speaking tribes, and the so-called Native Americans, and also the confusion of faces, are really our brothers and sisters, man. Whether you want to accept it, believe it or not, And it's a beautiful precept I'm gonna pull out real quick, just to go to show you, man, that when you're looking at our people, man, you can't just look at them for face value. You have to understand that our people, man, our people was mingled in with the heathens, because we be spread to the 4 corners of the earth, as the brother was bringing out in his video, man. So you have to understand that when you hear the word Ephraim, it could be talking about the whole tribe of Ephraim or the whole northern kingdom. The whole northern kingdom is Ephraim. It's all the Spanish-speaking tribes and all the so-called Native Americans. And when you hear Judah, that could just literally mean the so-called Negroes, but then it could also mean the kingdom of Judah, which consists of the so-called Negroes, the so-called Jamaicans, so-called Haitians, man. So you got to understand that too. But the Spirit only will reveal that to you by the context of what you're reading. Hosea 7 and 8. Ephraim, and this is the whole northern kingdom. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. So you see this this brother, this so-called Colombian, this Asherite brother, you see that he's a little lighter than you. You want to know why? Take your ass in the kitchen. I'm talking about to the Judahite, whoever he's supposed to be, Yara, whatever his name is supposed to be. Go in there, make you a pancake, and leave that pancake on one side for 5 minutes. And when you flip that pancake, the top that you saw before you flipped it gonna be lighter than the other side. That's why the Lord said Ephraim is a cake not turned. Because then you got some so-called Puerto Ricans, Ephraimites, who darker than you probably, or darker than me. But then you got this brother here, who's a so-called Colombian, alright, who like that. It's some Colombians I seen darker than you and darker than me. Matter of fact, you need to go watch the movie called what's the name of that movie, man? What's the name of that movie? You need to go watch that movie called City of. It basically was based in the slums of Brazil, but really the people from Brazil and from Colombia and up in that area, in Venezuela, they basically Asherites, man. They all the same people. So you need to go watch the movie called City of God, because one of the main dudes who was like ruthless as fuck, dark as hell, man, but he spoke Portuguese and Spanish. Alright, so man, get your head out the gutter, man, and realize that the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are all Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, man, alright? So one day, man, this hatred between Ephraim and Judah will stop, but until then, it's honor for the elect. Shalom.